Hey everybody, I want you to know, first of all, it is so good to be back making this video and talking to y'all. I have missed you so much. You're a big part of my life, and it's just like losing a family member or something when I can't stay in touch with you. So please know that I am so glad to be able to do this video and talk to y'all and let you know how I'm doing and all that. The first thing I thought I would do with this video is tell you what happened that night to the best of my ability and memory, which we know how my memory is. So anyway, these are things that my family has told me, the doctor has told me, I've read in the medical reports, and I've remembered. I don't know if I said that already. And so anyway, I guess we'll just get started. So I think it was on a Thursday night, and my husband said it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, but I had gotten up to go to the restroom, and I had been doing something in the bed that I never do. I am not someone that stretches. You know how you stretch your legs out and your arms out and it feels so good and all that. Well, I'm not a stretcher. I just never stretch. But I remember that night I kept stretching, one right after another, and I kept thinking, this feels so good. And I probably stretched about 20 times. And I'm sure that doesn't have anything to do with me falling. I'm just saying it was kind of a strange night. But anyway, I got up to go to the restroom, made it down the hallway just fine. And when I turned to go into the bathroom, it's like something made me do this really hard, fast twist, and or spin. And when I did the spin, I fell, and I remember as I fell down, I imagine it would have been the left side of my body because that's the side that I broke the hip on. When it hit, I'm assuming is the side of the tub, I remember hollering, "Oh, I broke it." So I guess I realized I had broken my hip. And between the tub and the commode, there's not much room at all. And I got wedged in between there. And so my husband called my son-in-law. If you know Autumn, my oldest daughter, they live the next street over from us, and my husband called Chuck, my son-in-law, and he's a real big guy, and he came over and he said that there was no way that he could move me the way I was wedged in there and all that. So they called the EMS and they came, and so the two guys that came, they couldn't, our bathroom is tiny, and they couldn't bring the stretcher in there because of the bathroom being so small. So they, each one got on either side, and they just kind of lifted me up and carried me one on each side to the board or stretcher or whatever they had. And Randy told me later that I was screaming bloody murder the whole time and saying, "You're hurting me," and stuff like that. But anyway, because I got such a hard hit in the head, I guess that I would know it if I didn't want to say it. Oh, I guess maybe I got a concussion or something, because I would just go to sleep, and especially at the ER, I know that I just didn't know anything that was going on because I was just continually sleeping, and they would come in and wake me up if they needed, the doctors and nurses, if they needed to know something. So, I know I did wake up at one point while I was at the hospital the first EMS took me to, and I know that the doctor was over here, Miss, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but I had some stitches put in here because my head hit the tub, I guess, and I had to have stitches there. And I remember kind of waking up while they were stitching it, but then I went right back to sleep. And I really don't remember much of anything there at that hospital at all. But at some point, the ER doctor and 2 or 3 of the nurses came up to my bed and woke me up. And the doctor told me that they were going to have to send me to Atrium, Charlotte, because that hospital, which is Catawba Memorial, was not prepared for everything they found wrong with me. So they got an ambulance to take me there, and it's a little over an hour away from where I was at. And the ambulance put its siren on and went flying the whole way, and usually I would have been so scared, but I was just in and out. So I got to Atrium, and I just remember bits and pieces. I remember being in this room while they tried to get my insurance approved, which I've never had any problem with it. It's military insurance from my husband. It's called Champ VA. And anyway, they did that, and a team of emergency staff did a quick exam, and I just don't remember a lot about right then. But then as you know, I had hip surgery on one side when I had to go to the ER in November, I believe it was, and then I had the other side. Did I say hip surgery? I meant kidney surgery. And then I had the other side done in January or February. But anyway, no one has ever explained to me, they may have to my family, but that very night they had to do kidney surgery again, and they did it on both sides. And I don't know if they found more stones or what they did, but anyway, they did the double kidney surgery again that night. And I went into ICU for a couple days, and then they took me to Mercy Hospital, which I think might be part of Atrium, but I'm not sure. And so I was there, and I think the third evening they did the hip surgery on my left hip, and that's the one I broke, and I had something on my mind and lost it. But anyway, they did the hip surgery there, and I went back to a room. But then I think they changed me to another room, and I think I might have had 4 rooms altogether at Charlotte, but I'm not positive. And so from there, you know, I heard this and that about different things that had happened. I also had heard some at Catawba, the first hospital I was at, but Now I'm going to give you a list of everything that I know was wrong with me. And then I'm going to tell you what I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to wait a minute. So, I had a cracked skull and a broken neck. And if you're a doctor, you may understand this, but I'm not, and I don't know what it means, but air somehow was getting into my neck, which they weren't happy with. And so there was that. I wore a neck brace for a while, but for some reason I didn't have to wear it any longer. Stitches in my temple, broken hip and broken femur. My blood pressure was extremely low, and they kept medicating me to get that to improve. I had septic shock, which was in a very advanced state, and they told my husband that if I hadn't have come in when I did, I only had 2 weeks to live. And that's kind of hard to think about. Anyway, I had the kidney surgery on both sides, and microscopic anemia. No, I think that's microscopic anemia, but I'm not positive. But I looked it up. It said red blood cells to large something causes diminished oxygen supply. So I somehow forgot to write large what. But anyway, that was something. I had an abnormally low level of phosphate in the blood. I thought you washed clothes with phosphate. My potassium was low. I had a UTI, and I was dehydrated. And those are the things that I can think of that were told to me during all this. And as my family and I have talked about, if I hadn't have gone in to the hospital with this fall, I'd probably not be here right now. And I think that was maybe God's way of saying, take better care of yourself. And I'm going to. So it's worth, I'm sorry, it's worth the broken hip and anything else to have this chance to continue living and trying to be a good human and all that. And I'm sorry for the ugly cry, and please forgive me. So anyway, every hospital that I was at, the nursing staff was so nice and treated me so well, and I just couldn't have asked for better nursing than what I got at all places. Now, the food, on the other hand, was the worst food I have ever eaten in my life. I would raise the lid up on it and look at it and put the lid back down because it's terrible. And I thought at one point, when I raised the lid, there was green beans on the plate, and I thought to myself, well, it's going to be pretty hard for them to mess up green beans, but they did. And sometimes the nursing staff would bring me like some crackers and the little cups of peanut butter and stuff, because they knew that I was not eating that food. And so anyway, that was that. Now I have lots of pain in both my hips, but especially the left one, the one where I broke my hip. It's just really, I hobble along and it really hurts, but I need to walk. I walk with my walker. I need to walk every day to get strength and get it built up and all that, and I'll just walk up and down the hallway, or come sit in the kitchen, or, you know, if Randy's doing something, and talk with him, or something like that. But just the energy, I really don't have any. And but I feel like I'm doing well, and I feel like I can't just sit back if I'm tired. I feel like I need to do a little bit of walking just to help myself go forward. And that's what I'm doing, and I'm definitely not overdoing it. I'm just, you know, just doing a little bit, so that the next day I can do a little bit more and get back to my old self, because that's my desire, to be able to walk good and all that. And I would like to thank my sister Mary, that she would give you the best updates that she possibly could, because she's in Idaho, and sometimes it's hard for her to get any of us, mainly the kids, or it was when I was in the hospital, so that she could give y'all an update. But I appreciate her doing that for me, to let y'all know what's going on. And so I'll be putting out videos, but they're going to be just for right now. They're going to be just when I feel like I can do one, and do it without stressing myself or wearing myself out. And one thing that I'm going to do is, like if I want to make something to eat for the family, number one, it's not going to be a elaborate dish, but I'm sitting at my bar in my kitchen, and I'll probably sit here, and Randy will bring me all the ingredients I need, and I'll put them in the bowl or the pan or whatever, and stir it up, and then Randy will take it and put it in the oven and let it cook, and then take it out when it's done, and we'll eat, so I don't feel like I'll be overdoing it. And you know, I really want my family to eat well, and so you might see some of that going on. And just whatever the day brings, I'll share it with you. There are things I wanted to do, like y'all had wanted to see my Easter tree, and I'm going to show you that. If it's Christmas before I take it down, you're going to see my Easter tree. I'm proud of it. And there's some gifts that y'all have sent that I have ready to show. And some of you gave monetary gifts, and those were so appreciated. So appreciated. Thank you. And so my promise to y'all is I will not overdo it. And I just want to be able to come and say hello and share a little something, whatever it may be, with y'all. And I'll get better and better and better till things will be back to being normal. So anyway, that is it as best as I can remember. And I thank y'all so much for watching. I thank you for the prayers, the cards. I have every card that anybody sent. And I want to do something with those, and I'll have to figure out what, some sort of craft or something where I can display them, or I don't know. I got quite a few cards, and I'm really love those cards. And some had letters and all, and I love those, and I kept the letters too. And anyway, I keep thinking of something else to say, and I'm rambling on. But anyway, we'll be seeing each other ever so often. You know, pretty regular, I'm hoping. And thank y'all for being so caring. My sister said, "Boy, Jan, these people love you." And you do. And I love y'all. So please take care. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.